Good day, everyone. My name is S1E1. I'm here as Ramona. So today I'm going to be doing my talk show, and with me here is a guest, which I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. Welcome, sir. You tell us what your name is.
Thank you, Madam REALMONAESE. Talk show. You're welcome. It's me, UYI Best, aka Nogi, well known as Nogi. I'm here to collaborate with my sister to address on some issues, and most especially some issue that is really driving most of our women in the society to a kind of an area or a situation that is uncalled for. So before we start, I want you to know about my TV channel as We Best TV channel, and I have a lot to still produce to make the world know relating to what we want to really discuss about. So before we preview, I want my sister REALMONAESE to step on the issue before I come in.
Thank you so much, sir. So I've been meaning to do this talk show. So unfortunately today we are uploading the first episode, which is late. I understand. Bear with us. So today we are having our first guest, Mr. UYI TV channel. So don't forget, guys, to follow him and see some of his works. So today we are going to be talking about some pressing issues, especially things that are happening in Europe. I'm going to be asking Mr. UYI some few questions, and he's going to be giving us our response. Please, guys, don't forget to like and share and put down your thoughts on the comment section, and we will definitely see all your comments. Thank you, guys. So today, Mr. UYI, this thing has really been bothering me, and I've been saying it. Many people in this Europe, especially the men, are always saying that women in Europe are not good, that they rather go back home in Nigeria and get married than get married to a Europe lady here. Before I ask, are you a traditional man? Before you answer my question.
Thank you very much. Thank you for asking that question. Really, myself, I'm a traditional man. Really, I'm a traditional man. You heard before I said, aka Nogi. So to be a Nogi, you must be able to know that that person, if you hear Nogi, that means that man must be mainly a traditional man go with a Nogi. Really, you see, this thing have eaten too deep into our society, where you see, most especially in Europe, most of our brothers, you see, a lot of people today, they doesn't want to marry. You understand? You see, you come across a lot of persons in the street. A man, a viable man without a wife. You understand? So let me make a reference to a friend of mine, which I know much better. I went to see him, I think about 3 days ago. I surprised a grown-up man of about 50-something years is still in the kitchen, you know, cooking alone without a wife. No woman behind him, sir. Man, what is the matter? He said there's no good woman in Europe that he's going to Nigeria to marry. That just because the document has not been completed, that is why he has not been able to go to Nigeria to get a woman. I said, why? Are you sure? He said, yes. I said, my brother, you get to look very well. You must check yourself. You going to Nigeria to marry, leaving women in your society, in where you are here, then you are going to Nigeria. How far are you sure that that person you are going to marry and take that to Europe will be a responsible person? He said, yes, my brother said he has made a search of your brother, not even yourself. How are you going to do that? We have saw a lot of women being brought from Nigeria to Europe. But today, how do you see them? You can if it stays more than Some, if you are lucky enough, is when you see that they stay more than 10 years or 5 years. Some may not even stay up to 2 years. You see problem. Fact here and there. Divorce not even because they've not even married. Lots of them will not even marry in Europe. So what are we now saying? There's nothing like when you marry from where you are.
So you are trying to say that men in Europe should get married in Europe and stop going to Nigeria
Exactly.
for a wife.
You have said it.
Okay.
This,
no, that's your.
That is my word.
Okay,
I understand. That is my word.
Okay.
Look for a woman in your society and settle down yourself. If at all, because not all of us that are qualified.
Yes.
That one you even grow from Nigeria is not 100% qualified. Likewise, the one here. But why not just at least bring this woman, if at all she's not 100% okay, you add your caution. Try to build that woman to a level that you yourself will be happy and your home will be fully be settled. Instead of you going to Nigeria, spending money, spending time, and at the end of the day, you end up nothing. You understand? Because we have saw so many examples. We have some references to give to this. So this is why I will use this as an advice to many people, or to many people in Europe. If you want to settle down, look for a woman in where you are. And also guests in Nigeria that are just, some just focus on Europe. Trying to have a target with somebody in Europe to come and marry them. Why not just look for a man? Look for somebody around you that you will get settled down with.
So
I can make reference to one of our sister that is called Yuri. It's a Benin woman. I remember what she said the other time. He said men or women in Nigeria should settle down with men in Nigeria. Women in Europe settle down with men in Europe so that there will not be a problem. He said these are the cause of, you see, what do you call it? Heartbreaking. Today, that you see that the men today, they will even marry, not even be up to a year or 2 years, you see problem. He said, so that they can build their society or their home, so that we have a peace.
So now I want to ask, do you think that these men, they are going back home in Nigeria to get married just because they had girlfriends, wife at home before they came to Europe, or because the girls in Europe are not good, or some other reason that they are going home to marry?
To me, I believe, because I have questioned so many of them, they said the women in Europe, they are not good.
Do you believe that?
Me, I doesn't believe that.
Okay.
Because me, I have saw a reliable women, a lot of reliable women here.
Okay.
So if you start saying they are not good, I don't know how much you trusted the one you're going to marry from Nigeria. You understand?
So I wanted to ask again. The other rising matter is that women here are most the ones sustaining their men, while the men stay at home and perform wife duty.
Oh,
why do you think that?
Thank you, my sister. This is a very interesting issue you just brought before me. You see, you understand?
Do you mind to translate that for non-Benin people to understand?
Because you see, this hand is meant for a man to work. You understand? If you work with your hands, you see that women, they will respect you. They will bow down for you. You cannot be at home when you are not sick, you are not disabled. Then you sit down at home for a woman to go and work for you, to bring money to feed you. When a woman has feared you, what next do you think? You will not be a servant to that woman. Like me now, yes, I'm working. You cannot expect after when I return from work, woman will not ask me to come and cook for her, or to come and put water in the bedroom or do a duty that a woman is supposed to do.
That's because you are married.
Yes.
And you are working.
I'm working.
So
if I told you are not married, if you are working, woman cannot let you down. It cannot be insulting or rather or pour insult on you.
Okay. So now, do you have any advice to give them about the first question I asked, why men go to Nigeria to get married to women? If the reverse was the case, if the women were the one going back to Nigeria to get husbands, if the reverse was the case, do you think that the men will be justified for their acts?
Okay, thank you very much. Because to me,
maybe if the women were the one rejecting the men.
You see, really, I have not seen that case of where a woman will say, I'm going back to Nigeria to marry. I have not seen. It's only the men that are saying they are going back to Nigeria to marry. You understand? The reason why, what I see as the reason why men are going to Nigeria saying they want to go and get a woman from Nigeria, because they said the ones here, they have no, their character is somehow, they don't have a good character.
Okay.
That is why. But to me, I will not support that idea of a man going to Nigeria to settle to get a woman.
Thank you.
There are better women here. If you look very well.
Do you hear that?
And most of all these women, all these men, they don't have character. Yes, I'm a man.
People.
Most of them don't even have the character.
They expect women to have character
yes.
When they don't have.
You go after one woman, you don't have character. You go after another one tomorrow, you don't have character. At the time you go after 5 women, no one has character. It is you that does not have character.
Okay.
Among 5, you cannot even get a single one that has a good manner or a character.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is, to me, I believe that some of these men is there that the character is not with. They should build up their character. They should start behaving well so that women will look after them.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So I wanted to ask you also that now you are in Europe, you have been in Europe for a while. So what can you tell people back at home which they have loved ones here and they are depending on them? Can you help me to just summarize it a little bit and fast about how people worked here, how some don't have job, how some require document to work, how the staffs here stay aside and all those things. Can you help me to throw more light on it so that the people back at home can understand? Have you had any experience like that?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Magdakshaw. I really appreciate this question you just thrown to me. You see, this question you just thrown is a thing that a lot of people has been discussing every time. We have been talking about this same issue every time because people in Nigeria, like this experience, we all have saw it, even while we haven't even come here. It's the same thing. That pressure, we were still putting it on our brothers and sisters here. Not until when I arrived here, and I said, hey, is this what people have been passing through? So myself, I was putting pressure on them. So I am not using myself as an example. I have seen, my eyes have really seen. This is why I do advise people in Nigeria, please, if somebody asks somebody for something, that person could not be able to provide it. Don't look as if that person is selfish. That person might not be selfish. He doesn't have. You know what I mean?
Yes.
One finger cannot remove lies from the head. Unless you add the other one too. I mean, this one signifies that there are some families that has only one person as a surviving person in the family. You understand?
The breadwinner, you mean?
The breadwinner.
Okay.
Whereby you have a lot of brothers and sisters in Nigeria. This one will ask. This one will ask. The other one will ask. My Lord. That's why you see some people, they start complaining, say, let me just even block my people. They don't even know how I live. If you give to one, you does not give to others, it's a problem. How do you think that one person can be able to satisfy everybody? Okay, you mean that person will not even have time for himself. How do you show that person can be able to provide for him? Even if he decides, okay, let me just face my family. And inside there, you will still see some bad people in the family. If that person could not even to give, cannot be able to give, or doesn't give anything, he gives to one, he does not give to the other one. If that person has two, what we call two doorway equivalent, you know what I mean?
Two stomach.
You will start fighting against that person. Because he gives to this, does not give to the other.
Thank you for explaining that. I wanted to add also that because of this family demanding and everything, most people here in Europe, they just have to satisfy their family. They don't even have house to stay. They can't even afford their house rent because all their savings are going back home. They don't have savings here. They can't even afford to eat 3 square meals a day if they are not giving that food for free. Because they are just saving and sending back home, What do you think that they can do to stop that and start caring for themselves first?
Thank you very much. This is the issue we have been talking about since. It depends on you as a person. You're supposed to use your legs to know that if you put your hand into fire, don't you know whether it burns or not? If you want to leave your hand inside that fire to burn, the whole thing will melt away. If you see the thing is hurting, it is your duty to reduce or to get out of that place.
You know, some people when they are there, they don't understand. They don't feel that pain.
They don't feel that pain.
Some don't.
Yes, a wise one supposed to know where he's heading to. You understand?
Especially when the family has really done.
When you are a person that has a letters, okay, let's assume you are a salary earner. You are earning 1,500, 2,000 at the end of the month. It is your duty to sit down to calculate this whole thing. At the end of the month, I pay 500 for my house, maybe 200 for light and every other expenses, balancing 1,300. Feeding, let's assume 1,000 for yourself. Balance 1,000. You don't even have a building, maybe the apartment you are living. You make a plan how to get your building in case of tomorrow. That is why you see some people, they does not even save to Nigeria. They save in Europe.
Do you hear that, guys?
They save here in Europe. They save for the rainy day. Why? Because here.
I think that those people, I think that's 20%, 80%
Yeah, no, 20%, yeah. No, even 10%. They save here in Europe. I believe these are the sensible people. You understand? Edo where Ebunaji, or one African dollar.
You know, it's really, really difficult to explain to people back at home. The way we were at home then, when we were asking our family member, like our auntie, our uncle, send us this, send us that, multitasking them, giving them this pressure to send us things and stuff. Like, it's really overwhelming. So people just need to start caring for themselves first, saving before thinking about their family. We are not saying you shouldn't give your family, okay? But save for yourself too. Because your family will still live even if you're gone. Okay? That's the fact.
That is what people does not even think about.
So today,
most especially when you leave, you have children. you left them in Europe, in Nigeria.
In this today world.
They will use that medium.
Yeah.
Because you leave your children with them.
Okay, you're talking if they have children.
They have
before
children.
they came here.
You leave your children with your family. That is where you have no problem. Some will be using because of your children you left with them to start tracking you. You understand? So that is why I do advise people, if you have children in Europe, I believe that is the first thing you will fight to take them away from them before you start looking for how to build home or do any other thing in Europe. Because here where you live supposed to be your first area of development. You develop here first, where you will live. You understand? Than developing Nigeria or where you will not. Anyway, it's my advice for people. If they want to hear, they should hear.
Thank you so much.
If they don't want to hear, well, it's left for them. So where you live is where you're supposed to develop, to stay first.
Yeah. That's very true. You should make yourself a priority. At the end of the day, you have enough, then you can give out, because you can't be giving out when you don't even have enough.
Yeah.
So today, this is where we will leave it. Don't forget, we are going to be uploading new episode every week. So you just have to help us to like and share and comment and tell us your thoughts. So thank you so much for coming, Mr. Oyi. I appreciate you. Mr. Oyi is a very good friend of ours, a family friend. So you'll be seeing him around every time. Don't forget to follow Mr. Oyi on YouTube as Oyi Best TV channel. On Facebook, same. You can also find him as a name in Edo. He will pronounce that for us.
Yes, they know you one.
The other name, Oyidalewo, you say?
Oyidalewo, yeah.
Okay.
Oyidalewo TV show.
So you can also find him with that name, guys. And don't forget to leave your thoughts and share. And thank you until we come your way next time. I hope that you guys should take one or two things from this, our live talk show. And they also reflect on your life and try to save more for yourself. At the end of the day, everyone in Europe or in Nigeria will be fine, okay? With or without you, they will all be fine. So thank you so much. This is where we're going to cut the show.
Thank you very much.
So we'll come your way next time. Bye.
Bye.